2, 3, go.
Alright, cool. How you doing? I'm Brian the Barber, and this is my client, Matt, the famous guy from, UC Riverside. And so, today we're going to begin our haircut. First thing, of course, we got to drape people. So you take this neck strip, and kabam, go over here. You see? Alright, go around. You just kind of go around like this. And this is a Johnny B cape. And you can just go like this, just wrap it around. Nice. Make sure it's nice and neat over here and tight. Alright, and of course, ask your customer, is this too tight? Feels good?
Alright.
No. Okay, and then now what you're going to do is, right here, is that you're going to flip it over. So, because what it's going to do is, when you're cutting hair, all the hair wants to drop down on the cape. Now, of course, let's do it. Today, Matt is going to get a comb-over haircut. He's going to get 2 on the sides, a taper in the back, and he's going to get his lined up over here. And also, going to arch it out. He's got pointy sideburns. Make sure you're nice and, measured by a nice protractor, And let's do it, So today, I'm going to grab a comb. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is if you're doing haircuts like fades, make sure you have good light. You can't see. Trust me, like I make mistakes too when I cut hair, but we're just gonna make sure we do it. So today I'm gonna be using my tools over here: Wall Legends, Oster Speedline, NS Master, and Oster 76. But some people have never actually got a cut hair actually with an adjustable clipper, so I'll probably either use this or the Wall Legends to finish my entire haircut, since some people are having troubles with blending. So today we'll do it. So Matt today wants a 2 on the sides, number 2, and this magnetic guard, and these snap on like this. So this is gonna work, and of course, make sure you use disinfectant spray. Spray it a little bit. So he wants a 2. So, looking at this, the 2, just remember when you're doing hair, make sure, for me, you gotta remember how to study head shapes, because everybody has this right here. It's called a parietal ridge right here, because this is where the parietal bone is over here, and back here is this. Everybody has this little bump back here, so don't be thinking you're mutated or crazy like that. Maybe he's a mutant. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, right here, he's gonna have a little bump right here, sticks out. So what I'm gonna do is, with this, when you close your clipper, that means you cut shorter hair. Leave it open, you have a little bit more left. So let's get to the cutting part. Flip it on. Make sure you can see the hair. Alright, so since the lighting right here is we're cutting right here, we're going to cut the 2 to about right here. So as I am cutting, study the direction of his hair as well. So, like I said, a 2. Over here. Make sure you take your comb it. Think about it as I don't know. Well, since Matt's in the lawn mowing business, imagine this as a rake, You're raking the leaves off, so you could see it, Make sure you cut it, So, the 2, can't really see it. I mean, it's kind of hard to see when you have one of these clippers, is I'm making my 2. Just around here, this area. Just comb it. Oh, it's okay. And it's going to come back this way. Just comb it. And so, like I said, we're doing above the parietal ridge, because otherwise you can't blend, And, can you come over here from a side angle and look right here? And see, look. Because you got to make sure you look at this part to see if the haircut is cool. Gotta make sure if you see this hair right here, if it sticks out, that means you gotta, if it sticks out from this angle, that means, of course, you gotta blend it, you gotta cut it, you know. So it's another perspective of looking at, you know, cutting hair. And yeah, so we're doing the 2. So I'm gonna go against this way because you never know how his hair is gonna be been cut. Going around and around. I'm just gonna do this kind of fast because I don't want to make sure the clippers don't get too hot or anything. Otherwise, Mr. Matthew over here might have like a nice, you know, bruise on the back of his head. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, like I said, that's the 2. The next guard that goes in is a 3. Now, some people are wondering, you're looking right here. Oh, turn around this way, Daniel. You're looking right here is that you see these little hairs like flopping out right here, right? So what we want to do is, like I said, coming from this angle, come this way and, you know, over here, so then it's like a vertical look right here. You don't want these little hairs. You want it to kind of blend in. To blend, it means to erase the bulk. Bulk meaning like basically a bushiness in the hair. So I got the 3. So the highest part up to here is going to be a 3. And the 2 is already going to be blended in. But how do we check our work? That's probably the next question a lot of people are going to ask. So let's blend. So don't be afraid to go too high. So Matt wants here to just barely cut this in a little bit. Now you see my clipper, we're coming, I have it closed right here. We're barely just going in right here. His hair grows different over here. Blending it up. Blending, blending, blending. Alright, now if you study right here, he has this swirl right here. Everybody's hair grows different. So if I go this way, I'm not going to cut anything. That means I have to come back this way. And just barely graze the hair. Just putting a light. Remember, when you're cutting hair, it's all about your touch. Being rough on somebody is not going to help you get the haircut done faster either, you know. And, yep, as you can see, we're cutting that because that part's going to stick out. And I'm going to comb his hair this way. Alright, stay right there, Daniel. We're going to pump the chair up, and we're going to see his hair right this way. That it's kind of different. And you can see is I didn't blend that yet. Come through this side angle, so you can see like that area sticking out. So he wants to kind of have that rounded in. Because rounded, not shaved. You know, don't. If you ever get a haircut, don't say shaved, because otherwise you will get it shaved. So over here, from a different angle is, if you can see this way, Daniel, come over here this way. If you can see this part, his hair comes down. So what I'm doing is that I'm going over it just a little bit, soft strokes, you know, soft strokes. So just a little bit. I don't want to take too much off, so that's why I opened it a little bit. Because if I did 3 closed all the way, I might take a lot of hair off. And our goal is not to make him bald, you know. Our goal is to give him a nice haircut so his mom can love him forever, you know. So as we are going this way, you know, we are just taking our time, of course. If you don't know what you're doing, take your time, you know. Because, you know, haircuts, good haircuts happen when you take your time. Bad haircuts happen when you go supercuts and also when you speed through everything, you know. So we are barely just going through it. Alright, so just remember the comb. As you can see, this part's still sticking out. See if my 3 guard could barely. Alright, so it's not hitting. It's not hitting. And so what this means is this bulky spot that sticks out, that's what people call a line. So don't be confused and look like, man, you know, this guy is crazy or something like that. You know, you don't, you know, he's doing crazy stuff. So today we're going to do the neck taper now. I'm gonna use my Andis trimmer right here, and of course spray it down first before you do it. Now a taper is, when you're doing a taper, first thing what you want to do is, a lot of people don't understand is that this part of the head is going to be darker depending on the angle you're looking at it. Now if you tilt his head down just a little bit, see it lightens up right here? Now you could see, because if you go like this, it's a shadow. Go like this, you see it. That's why we have good lighting. You gotta have good lighting when you're cutting hair. So I am gonna bald this sucker, this bad boy over here. Bald it out a little bit. So I'm just making a line right now. Nice, straight, vertical line. Since we are Asian, we are probably nice 180 degrees right there, And gotta make sure it looks cool. Don't worry too much about the line. Just kind of make it symmetrical as if you can. And of course, use the mirror over there to check your work. That's the best way how you learn to cut hair. So back to here is, I made a line. How are we gonna blend it into all this stuff? Now remember, one of the other guards I used was a 2 earlier. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use this is my 0 clip, but this is where it gets confusing. The 0 is actually equivalent to 1 Oster detachable blade. So what I'm gonna do here is, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna make a section right here. Make a line. Make a line. Oh, tilt your head down. Okay, see? Right. Make a line right here. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna make a line. So we're just make a line. How do we blend this in, is that's the question. Now everybody does, blending a little bit differently. Me, I'm just gonna push it up a little bit. Make sure you comb. Now, you see the line right here. The first one was the bald one, and this second section is from the 1/16 guard, aka 0 guard. So just don't let the guards confuse you, because it will when you're beginning to cut hair. Now, of course, we're gonna blend it. So I made a line right here at this area, so it's like you see a section, it looks like it's bald. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take the 1 guard, the 1/8 guard on an Andis magnetic clipper, and I'm gonna blend. So this is where it's tricky, because remember I used that 2 all the way closed. I made that cut up here. Now the thing is, I gotta get through all this stuff. So with this over here is, you're gonna slowly make it disappear. I blend down for those that don't know. So I'm just barely soft strokes, and everybody's head is different. So if you're like going over here, you're trying to get it down like that. And so we are trying to blend this guy in. Now you see where his head is right here, is that this is kind of like a slope coming down, and you want to flick it out just like this is all on your touch, just kind of flick out like that. But you don't want to push down, because you're gonna make a hard line. Now you're just gonna take your time when you're first new to haircuts. So we're gonna go on this side. We're gonna blend this side right here. Comb it. If you have to do whatever it takes to take the bulk out, that's what you gotta do. So the objective is a fade or a taper, is to make it blend. Some blend better than others. Some very clean haircuts, but I'm still kind of just trying to learn about different techniques. So right here is first thing first you gotta remember is everybody's hair is different. So I'm closing this a little bit halfway, and I'm just kind of going over it because this part, his head is different right here, and we're trying to make it clear. It's just in different steps. But the main thing cutting hair is you gotta see what you're doing. Can't see, then you're not gonna do things right if you can't see. Because the first couple times when I used to cut hair is I used to be kind of like almost like as if I was blindfolded. Thanks to this guy over here, I learned how to cut hair. So gotta thank him too. So right here that's the skin line I did, and there's that one line. I'm not done blending this in, but it's really hard to see. Not sure if the camera might catch it. A line right here. So with my clippers open, you could kind of just go at it. Soft little strokes. Make sure you comb. Can't see, dust it off. Remember, it's like a big old bush, man. You gotta trim it in between. So because I know I've been cutting hair for a while, for beginners, you won't want to close it. Take your time. Wherever lever it gets to, that's going to erase the line. So since it's an estimate, I'm not sure. I'm going to try this out. Just trying to blend this line away. I'm going to close it a little bit since it's not blending a little bit. Alright, so we're trying to blend this line over here. And we will, remember our 1/16 guard we had it closed? We're going to open it up just a tad, a little bit. We want to make sure you tilt his head down so we could see. If you can't see, you're not going to get it right. So let's see. I'm going to close it up a little bit.